Taylor Swift, the global pop icon known for her catchy tunes, empowering lyrics, and carefully curated public persona, has always commanded a loyal following. But in the aftermath of her recent political endorsement, it seems not all of her fans are enchanted anymore. With Swift stepping into the 2024 presidential race and throwing her support behind Vice President Kamala Harris, a new poll reveals that the star has found herself in the middle of a political storm, leaving some fans questioning whether the Miss Americana has ventured too far into the political battlefield. A new DailyMail.com poll conducted by JL Partners has revealed just how polarizing Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris has been. The poll, conducted between September 13th and 15th, shows that while Swift retains a favorable view among a majority of Democrats and younger voters, her reputation has taken a significant hit among Republicans. The 34-year-old superstar, who has enjoyed widespread admiration for her music and activism, is now facing backlash from certain groups of fans who have grown increasingly critical of her decision to weigh in on the 2024 election. The poll, which surveyed 1,054 likely voters, paints a picture of growing polarization, with Swift's once universally adored status now viewed through a partisan lens. According to the data, 57% of Republicans now hold a negative view of Taylor Swift following her endorsement of Kamala Harris for president. Meanwhile, 71% of Democrats maintain a positive opinion of the singer, particularly those who have supported her advocacy on issues like LGBTQ+ rights and voter registration in recent years. Among independents, the results were more mixed, with 50% holding a favorable or somewhat favorable view of Swift, but a notable 27% expressing a negative opinion. These numbers reflect a sharp divide in how Swift is perceived in the current political climate, with her star power no longer transcending party lines as it once did. The backlash intensified after Swift took to Instagram on September 10th, just moments after the first presidential debate, to announce her support for Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz in the upcoming election. In her post, Swift boldly stated, "I will be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election," a statement that quickly ignited debates across social media. In a playful jab at Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance, she signed off the post as Childless Cat Lady, embracing a nickname that critics have used to demean her. While the reaction from Republicans was swift and critical, Swift's endorsement resonated positively with certain groups of voters, particularly younger audiences. The poll shows that 52% of those aged 18 to 29 said they were more likely to vote for the Democratic presidential nominee because of Swift's endorsement, underscoring her continued influence among young voters. Hispanic and Black voters also indicated they were more likely to back Harris following Swift's public support, highlighting the singer's impact on diverse segments of the electorate. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Among independent voters, a key demographic in determining the election's outcome, Swift's endorsement had a more complicated effect. The poll revealed that 27% of independents said they were less likely to support Harris because of Swift's endorsement, while 24% said they were more likely to back her. These mixed results indicate that while Swift retains influence, her endorsement has not swayed independent voters as decisively as other political figures. James Johnson, co-founder of JL Partners, summed up the situation, saying, "It's finally happened. Taylor Swift has turned from Miss Americana to the archer in the political crossfire." He added that Swift is now viewed like many other things in American discourse, from the economy to news networks, through a partisan lens. Swift, who previously avoided publicly endorsing candidates during the earlier stages of her career, has increasingly become an outspoken figure on political and social issues. However, her foray into the 2024 election has triggered more backlash than her previous activism, indicating the charged political environment ahead of November. Interestingly, the poll also compared Swift's influence with other high-profile endorsements. While her endorsement received significant media attention, it appears to have had a relatively modest effect on voters. Only 4% of respondents said Swift's endorsement had the biggest impact on their decision, placing her on par with Oprah Winfrey, whose endorsement of Harris similarly registered at 4%. In contrast, endorsements from former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama had a more pronounced effect, with 20% of voters saying their support for Harris carried the most weight. Swift's endorsement also came at a time when public sentiment around Vice President Harris has been mixed. The same poll revealed that a majority of voters hold Harris responsible for key issues such as rising inflation, the border crisis, and the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. As a result, Harris's campaign may have faced additional challenges in attracting undecided voters, despite the star power of Swift's endorsement. Trump's reaction and the future impact. Swift's endorsement didn't go unnoticed by her most famous critic, former President Donald Trump. Shortly after Swift made her announcement, Trump took to social media to express his disdain, writing, "I hate Taylor Swift." The remark, while brief, further emphasized how Swift has become a figure of political contention, with her celebrity status unable to shield her from the volatile nature of modern politics. Despite the polarized reactions, experts like James Johnson believe Swift could still make a significant impact on the election, particularly in mobilizing younger voters. If Swift is active in October in encouraging young people to vote, it could make a difference in swing states with tight margins, Johnson noted. He added that while her endorsement may not have swayed all voters immediately, Swift's continued involvement in the campaign could energize key demographics that Harris needs to win over. Taylor Swift's journey from chart-topping singer to political influencer has been filled with both praise and criticism. While her endorsement of Kamala Harris has alienated some fans and drawn the ire of Republicans, it has also reinforced her status as a powerful voice among younger voters and progressives. Whether her influence can truly sway the 2024 election remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Taylor Swift's presence in the political arena is shaking off the status quo and reshaping the conversation as voters prepare to head to the polls.